So Blake, in your opinion, who's the most overrated team in the NFC right now?
So for that, I would say Seahawks. Last week kind of helped with like that evaluation, but in my eyes, their defense, like everyone's eyes, I guess, but their defense is bad, and not just like bad, like historically bad. Like teams are throwing for yards on them all the time. I saw a stat like they're on pace to be just as bad as the 2011 Packers for passing yards allowed in a game or per game. And that, I mean, you remember that Packers team, like they had like the 32nd ranked defense in terms of yards. So their defense is not good at all. Their offense is amazing. Don't get me wrong. Like Russ is, I think, the best quarterback in the league right now. Metcalf, Lockett are really good. Their O line's improving. Like Dwayne Brown's pretty solid, but like I just compare them to the 2011 Packers. Like you can win a lot of games in the regular season if your offense is just like winning shootouts. But like in the defense, when you play a team that's really good offensively and defensively, and your offense slows down, like their defense is going to just get cooked. I mean, it happened against the Bills, and like if Russ doesn't, he had 4 turnovers. Like even if he has any turnovers, like they are going to lose, and like you just can't keep that is just not sustainable in my opinion. So I could see them maybe getting to the NFC Championship game, but I cannot see them in the Super Bowl.
So I think one thing that needs to be addressed that people aren't talking about enough is the reason why they didn't let Russ cook for so many years. Because since the Legion of Boom has been gone, this defense hasn't been that good. And so the Seahawks' philosophy was, let's protect our defense by limiting possessions, have a really, really good run game, and that's going to be our identity. And then we'll have Russ just make throws and spots and win us the game because he's better than the other quarterback. But now they don't even have that run game to rely on, so they don't have an identity. And the let Russ cook portion of it is the fact that that defense is getting walked down the field for a touchdown or a field goal every single possession, which means that Russ is starting to turn the football over more. And I would argue it's not because he's being more like he's careless with the football in any way. I just think he comes out there and he realizes that he has to make a big play on every single drive. Otherwise, they're going to lose. And even Russell Wilson, as good as he is, there's a ceiling to being able to do that because your defense isn't that good. And so I think the best way for the Seahawks to move forward is to find a little more balance. Maybe let Russ cook a bit more rather than just let him cook all the time and try and get that run game working. I think Carlos Hyde is a good runner. He's not very good at anything else, but I think he's a good runner. Yeah. I think their offensive line has been a lot better this year. And I also think that Chris Carson is not a bad running back. You've got to run the football a little bit more to help Russ out, help your defense out. Otherwise, I don't think they're going to be the Super Bowl team or the team that they should be.
And to add to that, like their running backs have dealt with injuries. Like Chris Carson's, I feel like every single year he gets an injury. Carlos Hyde's not the most healthy person either. So then they're down to Travis Homer and then DJ Dallas. Like, I don't know, like you can't rely on that to like win games. But I do agree, like what I remember from the last few years is they've always been like top 5 in rushing yards. And that's because of a combination of just like hammering the run on first and second down, but also like Russell Wilson's escapability in the pocket's second to none. And like, if the pocket collapses and he gets out, like he's going to make a play. That's how it always seems to go.